This is Doc, and I decided to do something special here. We're doing a preview for Kobe World 2026, and I got a great group of people here. I got my fellow problematic dragon, Pump. What's up, Drew?
What's going on? It's your favorite Shingo, Mark. It's Pumping Bomber Man, Drew Sexton. I'm happy to be here. Thanks, Doc.
Yeah, and I call myself, I guess I'm calling myself Ultimo Podcaster, and I have with me the Ultimo Podcaster Kid. What's up, Arturo?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Rita for this one. I'm gonna like the big Rita guy. Love Rita.
Okay.
Like Kobe World.
All right, we got. Okay, so I guess I'm Big Menorah and you're Minorita. Okay, that's fine.
There you go. There we go.
And of course, we have with us a big guest, one of the best follows if you go on YouTube or on any social media. We have Gutsdozer here. Guts, man, always an honor to have you, man.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna go with like
being here.
I thought you were gonna go with saying that you were Larry Kamei, and I was like Rita.
Oh, okay. I'm Larry and you're Larita. That's fine.
And there you go.
I'm I guess that technically makes me Estrella since I'm not actually here all the time.
Hey,
I was gonna say I was gonna go with like. Do you mind if I go like strong machine G? Maybe.
Hey, that's fine, man. Because
I'm Johnson, Florida.
Johnson. Oh, I'm Jackson, Florida.
There you go.
Look, you want to do the Florida boys? If you want to do Florida bros, I guess I'm taking the. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I guess Arturo, you're either the other. What was that one? What was that? That was the one that wore the mask, or there's a Kiro.
This is going to need to be edited.
Yeah. No, that's fine. No, it's fine. No, we're leaving it all here. We're leaving it all in.
Leave it all
in. You're about to hear us do a preview for Kobe World 2026. So, you're going to hear it after this little break. So thank you guys for listening. So, we have a pay-per-view coming up Sunday. And, at the end of the show, you're going to hear like our kind of like our feelings and what we felt about the pay-per-view. By the way, thank you, BJ, for joining us. That's B Bethel. That's Substack.com. Follow him there. He's on SC Scoops. Good friend, member of the family, part of the show. But yeah, thanks for joining us, BJ. But on this part, we have Kobe World. It's historically been the biggest show of the year for Dragon Gate. I think it's like this and Final Gate is the shows that like people really get up for. And I'm going into the show and I'm very hopeful, but I'm curious where you're at, Guts, because, like I said at the top, my first interaction with you, we were talking about the people who have just shit on this promotion and shit on this promotion and shit on this promotion. Mm-hmm. And done nothing but like sort of complain. And I get being down on pro wrestling. Right now, to me, pro wrestling is sort of like on cruise control. No company is really doing anything like different to like stand out. Well, I'm gonna stop myself there because that's Joshi stuff. So we're not talking Joshi. But like in general, I don't feel like there's really any sort of push for something different in pro wrestling. But what this card represents to me is there's definitely a change coming, and you were talking about it earlier with Thia and Shun leaving the company. There has to be change. There has to be something going on. Where is Cielo gonna go? Where is Nakamura? Where are all these guys gonna end up? And we get our first sort of like look into what we're gonna get with this company at Kobe World. So yeah, this is a Kobe World sort of like what we're hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm pretty optimistic for there's stuff in the build where it could have been, done better, but it's been said to death that they're in a transitional phase. They had injuries, they had they had a complete like restructuring of how they deal with outside people and like former employees. They've had like these really unfortunate unfortunate combination of, two big guys leaving and two guys they had plans for getting injured until the end of the year. So, but I mean, despite all that, like, that's just the build, really. Like, despite all that, I think that if you just look at the card, I'm really optimistic about the matches. And I think there's a lot of quality that's going to be coming out of this. And a lot of times what'll happen, I've noticed, is that I will be a little iffy about even like a Korrigan card, and I'll go into it being like, okay, it's Korrigan time. I don't really expect them to, make a ton of advances here, and then it'll blow me away. So I think, going in with kind of like that kind of optimism and knowing what they can do with, something that, even if it doesn't look great on paper, they can surpass your expectations a lot of the time. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to this quite a bit.
Yeah. The match that really speaks to me, because like I said at the top, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time is Taka Ichikawa, and the guy sort of carrying that torch is Jiro Shimbashi, everyone's favorite dad.
Putting him up against, like, as soon as they mentioned him, I was just like, oh no.
Like, I don't know, how is this match going to work? I don't think I've ever seen Jiro work in the shoot style. And, Masakatsu Funaki, Pancrase, UWFI, All Japan, one of my favorite strikers in pro wrestling. I'm wondering what Jiro is going to eat on this, because I'm wondering what spot he works in with the smartphone. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun for me.
Who is he calling in for an assist?
It's got to be Minoru. Like, if it's anybody,
I feel like it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to that. That's really
the triangle game match.
the triangle.
No,
the
triangle. Oh, okay. I was thinking the 9-way or the 9-man.
The 9-man was crazy.
I think the 9-man is going to be crazy, but I think the triangle game is fun. I think obviously
those are always good.
Does the Brave Gate go last, or does it go?
No, it's second. The Dream Gate is on top. I wasn't thrilled about KZ going over on El Cielo, just because I've got so much stock and investment into El Cielo, and I think KZ time, as much as I wanted it to be, I don't think that that's necessarily the match. And if they do a title change here, I think that's going to be such a deflating thing.
KZ has never won the Dream Gate, right?
No,
never won. No.
I'm gonna push
So
back on that a little bit.
Are they doing go-to booking?
I mean,
maybe. The answer is possibly.
Yeah,
because this is something that fans, like longtime fans, that a lot of people, like, the last time they watched was when Pac was the Open to Dreamgate champion. This is something that they've been begging for. That's something that I wanted for so long, was KZ time. I still want KZ time.
I mean, I'm in the boat where I don't care when it happens as long as it happens.
Yeah, that's how I am. Like,
I don't know that I want 40-year-old KZ for me to finally start tapping the watch on my wrist and say, "Oh man, it's time." I thought they should have peaked. They had him in his peak in 2018, and I thought they should have done it then. And obviously, things went a certain way. They wanted to get younger. They were trying to get more youth on front. And KZ was just this generational gap guy, where he was one of the only guys from his class that lasted. So we think of them as this young guy, but really he's a transitional guy from a bygone class.
Well, you want to talk about transitional guys? Because we have the Twin Gate title match with Ishin and Kato versus Kota Minoura and Yuki Yoshioka, that's fascinating to me. You talk about transitional guys, and Yuki and Minoura are two guys who I see as guys in passing.
That's a different perspective because, I think people. I have no support for Kota Minoue. The boat sailed on him a long time ago, but Yuki was such a top guy, and he was gone for a year and some change because of an eye injury. But people really retconned his entire career as this as this boring guy that he's not, and it's
I don't think he's boring.
unfortunate.
He's absolutely not.
He's a great worker. He has a lot of charisma. There's a reason, like Tanahashi could have gave the high fly flow to anybody. He gave it to him, and I know it's because they went to the same high school, but he could have gave it to anybody. He said, "No, it's high fly flow for you."
Well, it was between that, Stalker, and Shun. And of the three, who are all from the Gufu Providence, Yuki made the most sense. And I think out of all guys individually, in Japanese pro wrestling they hand it to, Ryoya Tanaka is probably the top guy because he just has that same flair. But if you're gonna do the whole same Providence thing, Yuki's the guy.
Yeah, but Ryoya is also doing the. Oh no, he couldn't.
I was gonna say you can't give it to Tanaka without getting sued for tyranny. Come on, man.
Yeah. I will say also that Ryoya does the most beautiful Stardust press when it hits.
Yes.
When it hits.
When it hits.
It's a gamble.
So who do we think is going over on this?
On what? Like match by match?
Yeah. I mean, who do we think is going over for the different titles?
On Homare or Ryoya, it's gonna be Ryoya. He's gonna get the.
Yeah, I think he gets the record.
Yeah, he has to get the record. If they're really setting him up to be the guy, he has to win it, and then he has to get the record, and then he has to do the challenge, and that's when you know it's ready for him. It's that he's stuck with that. He's stuck with it until he beats the record.
I believe Homare is the right guy for him to get the record, get that over on. Ryoya and Homare, and Ryoya has kind of had the up on Homare, and Homare is going to get his time, especially whatever happens from Soon's last show in DG for a while. We'll see what comes of that, but Homare was in that spot before Ryoya just blew everybody away. This is the same guy who debuted against Mochi and took Mochi to the brink and really had a hell of a match. And was getting a lot of praise and appreciation. And then Ryoya debuted, and we said, "What is this?" So that is a rivalry in which should define DG going into the future.
Yeah,
especially if you've got, when D-Courage broke up, one of the things that Yoshioka said was we're going to see each other across the ring from each other next time, and. I think if they're both forming new units, then we could be seeing a big unit rivalry between those. And if we're talking about who's going to be in the Dreamgate scene a year from now, because if it is KZ time, it's most likely going to be kind of a Gold Watch run, and
which is fine.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. But I think if we're talking about a year from now, I would say, Kobe World next year could easily be Yoshioka versus Tanaka.
Yeah, I that's something that I'm looking forward to. And some of the thing that also stood out to me, because we talked about the Triangle Gate match. I'm still not with Guichi. I'm because Natural Vibes as the Triangle Gate champions has been okay, but that Love and Peace trio of Hio, Jackie, and Rita, that's such a great team.
I think they take it, yeah.
They have to take it back. That they have to take it because that's such a great team, and that match is gonna kick ass. But I'm still not sold on Guichi being anything. Strong Machine J is somebody that I think they can really still put something behind. But right now he's still just kind of coasting here. He's still showing shades
deliberately
of
cooled off on him.
Yeah.
What is the take there? Why?
I think he's showing signs of a potential heel turn just because of the way that he reacts when watch the way he reacts whenever he loses. because he kind of throws a fit at ringside and just storms off. And he was doing that a while ago when he was teasing joining Z-Brats.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
And
in the cage.
And then
right?
and then he pulled the swerve and didn't do that. But now he's back at that level, and not much has changed with him since then. So I would keep a close eye on him for that.
Well,
Yeah.
it's kind of been not necessarily the desire, but DG fans have kind of thought that Vibes has come to its natural end, and then they added 2 young guys. Like I thought that they should have broke up in the cage last year, and they're just biding time on a unit that has fallen out of grace. I think one of those
I think
pieces
if you have something like KZ getting the title and then Strong Machine J turning, then you have a built-in way of tearing Natural Vibes apart, and also just like that, there's KZ's first title feud right there.
Absolutely.
I hadn't considered that, but I do actually like that idea a lot. Is looking at the match list in of itself is, after the match, Strong Machine J comes out to congratulate KZ and then turns on him is a phenomenal, electric.
Or it even happens at Korakuen, either way.
You could do it at Korakuen.
I think at Korakuen we're going to see, if KZ wins, I think we're going to see Shun crashing out over his title win because he hates that idea.
Yeah. And speaking of Shun, man, the last of Shun Skywalker, it is a 3-way 9-man tag team champion. Not tag team champion. It's a 9-man tag team match. It's a Dragongates special. We got a couple of guys here from Noah. We got Dragon Bane and Flamita and Luis Monte as the one team. The Gaja Decora, that's Jason Lee and Kai teaming up with Alpha Wolf from Pro Wrestling Noah against Cielo, Gianni, and Shun. I was trying to tell BJ
Cypatra's last stand.
Yeah.
I was trying to tell BJ, like, if you like Big Rig, you're probably gonna like Johnny, but not for the same reasons. Just because you talk about Luis Monte getting his reps in and like becoming part of the thing and like working in the style. I feel that too with Johnny, because the first time I saw him was Stinkers in All Japan, and when they brought him over, I was so mad because I was like,
it should have worked, but it works. It works, man. He's
and the Madman from Malta freaking works.
One thing this company is really good at is playing to somebody's strengths. They find something for you, and they kind of they kind of either cover your weaknesses or they will kind of identify them and be like, okay, here's what's working, here's what's not, and they'll just rework it. And I think with guys like Monte, he just needed more reps. He needed to get used to the style. And I think with Gianni, they pretty much did the same, except they also just had him be this like chaos demon who just like the last time he came back, not this current time, but the last time before that, when he returned to form Cypatra with Shun, like half the audience ran away in terror. You don't get that kind of reaction with most people in wrestling.
Yeah,
I think Gianni's a guy who's worked and had. He's got a great look. He just looks like an old school kind of like carnival guy, right? It's great. And I think the thing with him is, I think Dragon Gate does this. They bring a guy like that in, and if the guy takes, as I said, this is probably one of the best traveling training schools there is, right? So you can see him getting better partly because he's working with people who know what they're doing. And I think that's kind of like, it's underrated when you get to work with like really good hands and get a lot of reps in. Like that really helps your game if you've got the skill. Some guys don't have it, but some guys can get better as you work, right? I think that's been the case here. Like, and this is a perfect environment for it, I think. Like, this is like one of the parts you like about Dragon Gate is like getting these guys in, like see them like get good, right? You come in and get good, man.
You know what I also really like about this match in particular, though, is that, and it's kind of understated, is that there is actually a lot of background lore to it because, you've got Shun's history with Monte, you've got Shun's history with Jason, you've got Shun's history with Kai, you've got Cypatra's history with Team 2000X, who are now split up with Alpha Wolf and Dragonbane on different sides now. You've got Team 2000X used to be allies of theirs, and then they were enemies. So there's a lot of small interpersonal kind of stuff here.
Yeah.
I would be interested to see how El Cielo walks away from this. I think Shun, while he's the linchpin in the whole match, and everyone's going to try to get their hands on him. We know what Johnny's going to do and be the muscle. I would be interested to see Cielo's play in the whole thing because I think there's a lot of world building you can do with him across a lot of these guys to try to get him more prominently featured.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, every team has at least one great base. Monte's a great base. Johnny's a great base. Kai is an underrated base.
Yeah. I firmly agree.
Yeah, so this is our preview for Kobe World 2026. I want to thank you. I want to thank you guys for listening. I want to thank Gutsdozer for being here, man. BJ Bethel.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Follow him at B Bethel tweets. BJ Bethel tweets on Twitter. Follow his Substack at bbethel.substack.com. And, he writes for SE Scoops, and, just follow him. Really great guy. Numbers does, I think we just had our season finale for round ball. So I'm not sure when we're going to do that again. Probably when we start up the NBA or NFL seasons coming up soon.
It's coming up. We get like 30 days. We get 30 days off. We don't get that much time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also
ball never stops, man. Ball never stops.
Yeah, we also got MLB playoffs in October soon, so that's in 3 months. We're gonna come back, but Arturo, follow him on Twitter at American Numbers. But Guts, man, this has been such an honor to have you here to talk about Dragon Gate and talk about this show in particular. It's always great to have someone with knowledge and just someone that has a love of this stuff and has a love for Dragon Gate. And I know you do, man. So thank you for joining us for this Dragon Gate Kobe World 2026 preview. But if people wanted to follow you, where could they follow you?
I'm Gutsdozer on Blue Sky, and you can follow my channel. Just look me up on YouTube if you don't already know.
All right. And thank you guys for listening to this part of the show where we just went out a preview for Dragon Gate Kobe World 2026, and maybe later this week, maybe next week, you might hear our takes on what we thought of the show and where we see this going after that. So thanks you guys for listening, and see you next time.
Get him in the bed sheets.